Welcome back to Off-Grid Roots, the channel where we explore rare plants, self-reliant living, forgotten growing knowledge, and the natural world right from your home. Today we are looking at 10 indoor plants that are not just beautiful, they are some of the most sought-after collector plants in the world. Over the last few years, rare variegated monsteras and philodendrons have become highly desirable among plant collectors. Some mature, well-established, and genuinely rare specimens can sell for serious money. But let's be clear, plants are not a guaranteed investment, and no plant will automatically make you rich. Prices change, trends change, and successful growers need patience, proper care, and knowledge. Still, if you understand rarity, propagation, stable variegation, and plant health, building a collection of unusual houseplants can become far more than a hobby. Before we begin, subscribe to Off-Grid Roots for more rare plants, homestead skills, useful gardening knowledge, and stories from the natural world. Let's start with one of the most iconic collector plants of all time. The variegated monstera is probably one of the most recognizable rare houseplants in the world. Unlike a regular Monstera deliciosa, this plant has dramatic white, cream, and green patterns across its leaves. No two leaves are exactly the same. One leaf may have small white splashes, while another may look almost half white. That unpredictability is a big part of its appeal. Collectors love variegated monsteras because the plant combines size, tropical beauty, and rarity. A mature specimen with large fenestrated leaves, those famous natural splits and holes, can become a true statement plant inside a home. But variegation also makes the plant more demanding. White sections contain less chlorophyll, which means the plant cannot produce energy as efficiently as a fully green monstera. It needs bright, indirect light, but too much direct sun can burn the white areas. It also needs a chunky, well-draining soil mix and support to climb as it matures. The key is patience. A healthy, variegated monstera can be propagated from a node cutting, but the cutting must include a viable growth point. And when buying one, always check that the stem has variegation, not just the leaf. Because a beautiful white leaf may look impressive today, but stable stem variegation is what matters for future growth. The yellow variegated Monstera Aurea is one of the most striking versions of the classic Monstera. Instead of white variegation, this plant produces yellow, lime, golden, and deep green patterns. The colors can look almost painted across the leaf, especially when the plant matures and develops large split leaves. Aurea monsteras are often harder to find than standard white variegated monsteras. Their slower growth and more unpredictable color patterns make them especially attractive to collectors. The best Aurea plants show balanced variegation, enough yellow to look rare, but enough green to keep the plant growing strongly. This balance matters because too much yellow can make the plant weak. Less green means less photosynthesis, and less photosynthesis means slower growth. For care, give it bright indirect light, warm temperatures, high humidity, and a chunky Aroid soil mix. Think orchid bark, perlite, cocoa chips, and quality potting soil rather than heavy garden dirt. Aurea monsteras also benefit from a moss pole or climbing support. When they climb, their leaves can become larger, more mature, and more dramatic. For collectors, this plant is not just about owning something rare. It is about growing a living piece of art, one leaf at a time. The mint monstera is one of the most mysterious and highly desired plants in the rare Aroid world. Unlike white or yellow variegated monsteras, mint monsteras display pale green, silver green, cream, and soft mint-colored marbling. The pattern is more subtle, but that is exactly what makes it special. At first glance, some people may not even realize how rare it is, but collectors know that a true mint monstera can be difficult to find and difficult to keep stable. The plant's variegation often looks softer and more blended than other varieties, creating a refined and almost unreal appearance. Mint monsteras need strong but gentle light. Too little light can reduce the visibility of the variegation, while harsh sunlight can damage the delicate, lighter sections of the leaves. Humidity also makes a difference. These plants come from tropical environments, so they perform best in warm rooms with good airflow and moderate to high humidity. When buying one, always ask for clear photos of the stem, nodes, and newest leaves. A seller may show one beautiful leaf, but the real value comes from how consistently the plant produces that rare mint pattern over time. Philodendron Spiritus Sancti is one of the most legendary rare plants in the collector world. Its name means Holy Spirit, and once you see the leaves, you understand why people are fascinated by it. This philodendron produces long, narrow, elegant leaves that can look almost ribbon-like as the plant matures. Instead of broad tropical leaves, Spiritus Sancti has a graceful and unusual shape that makes it instantly recognizable. For years, this plant was considered extremely rare in cultivation. It became a symbol of high-end plant collecting, and mature specimens were known for commanding premium prices. Today, tissue culture has made some plants more accessible, but a healthy, mature Spiritus Sancti is still something serious collectors respect. This plant prefers bright, indirect light, warm conditions, high humidity, and support for climbing. It is not a fast beginner plant. It needs consistency. The soil should be airy and fast draining because philodendrons hate sitting in waterlogged soil. A moss pole can help it climb and produce more mature foliage. The real appeal of Spiritus Sancti is not just rarity, it is presence. A mature plant can transform a room and become the centerpiece of an entire collection. It proves that sometimes the most valuable plants are not the loudest. They are the ones with unmistakable character. The caramel marble philodendron is one of the most dramatic, variegated philodendrons you can grow. Its leaves often show a mix of caramel, cream, yellow, orange, light green, and dark green. New leaves can emerge with warm copper or caramel tones before slowly changing as they mature. That shifting color is what makes the plant so addictive for collectors. Every new leaf feels like an event. Some leaves may show strong marbling. Others may have bold patches of golden cream. And when the plant is mature, the colors can create a look that feels more like abstract art than foliage. But like many heavily variegated plants, caramel marble philodendrons can be slow growers. They need bright indirect light, warmth, humidity, and a stable routine. The plant should never sit in wet soil for long periods. Use an aroid mix that holds moisture without becoming dense and muddy. Because of its rarity and unstable variegation, the plant can be expensive, but buyers should be careful. Ask for recent growth photos and check whether the stem itself shows variegation. A single impressive leaf is not enough. The Variegated Billietiae philodendron is famous for its long, narrow leaves and bright orange petioles, the stems that connect each leaf to the plant. Even the normal green version is beautiful, but when you add creamy white or yellow variegation, it becomes a serious collector plant. The contrast between the orange stems, dark green leaves, and pale variegation creates a tropical look that stands out immediately. Variegated Billietiae plants are usually climbers, so they benefit from a moss pole, wooden plank, or vertical support. As they climb, the leaves can become larger and more mature. For care, keep the soil chunky and airy. Give the plant bright indirect light, stable warmth, and consistent watering. Let the top section of soil dry slightly before watering again. The orange petioles are one of its biggest selling points, so avoid keeping the plant in dark conditions. Better light usually helps maintain stronger color and healthier growth. This plant is a great example of why collectors often pay more for rare mutations. A standard Billietiae is already impressive, but a variegated version turns an already attractive plant into something people stop and stare at. The Florida Beauty Philodendron has a shape that makes it look completely different from most houseplants. Its leaves are deeply lobed, almost like a tropical hand with long fingers. Add yellow and cream variegation to those unusual leaves, and you get one of the most recognizable collector philodendrons available today. Florida Beauty is a climbing plant, and it becomes more impressive as it matures. Young leaves can be smaller and simpler, but mature plants with proper support often develop larger, more dramatic foliage. That is why a moss pole is not optional if you want the best results. It is part of the growing strategy. The variegation can range from small yellow speckles to entire sections of cream and gold. Plants with more balanced, stable variegation are generally more desirable because they remain both beautiful and strong. Care is simple compared with some rare aroids. Bright indirect light, warm temperatures, moderate humidity, and a chunky soil mix. But do not overwater. Aroid roots need air. The Florida Beauty is a good rare plant for growers who want something visually impressive without choosing the most difficult species in the market. The pink Princess Philodendron became famous because of one color, pink. Its leaves combine dark green, burgundy, nearly black tones, and bright pink variegation. Some leaves show small pink splashes. Others emerge with large blocks of hot pink that make the plant feel almost unreal. At one point, pink princess plants became one of the biggest social media plant trends in the world. But there is an important difference between owning a pink princess and owning a good pink princess. The value comes from stable variegation. Some plants may produce beautiful pink leaves at first, then slowly revert back to mostly green. Others may grow leaves that are almost entirely pink, which looks amazing but can weaken the plant over time. The ideal plant has a healthy balance, enough green for strong growth and enough pink to remain visually special. Pink Princess Philodendrons prefer bright indirect light, warm temperatures, and high-quality, well-draining soil. They do not need extreme humidity, but they appreciate stable conditions. When you prune and propagate a pink princess correctly, you can encourage better variegation in future growth. That makes this plant more than a decoration. The white Princess Philodendron is often confused with white wizard and white knight, but collectors know the difference. White Princess usually has narrow green leaves with white variegation, and in many cases hints of pink or reddish tones around the stems and leaf edges. It is elegant rather than loud. Compared with the pink princess, the white princess has a cleaner and more refined look. The white variegation can appear as small splashes, bold patches, or marbled patterns across the leaves. It is generally easier to manage than some extremely rare plants, which makes it a strong choice for collectors who want variegation without entering the highest risk price category. For care, provide bright indirect light. Too little light can cause the plant to produce more green leaves. Too much harsh sun can burn the white variegation. Like most philodendrons, it prefers an airy soil mix and should be watered only when the top section begins to dry. The white princess is also a climbing plant, so give it support as it grows. The Ring of Fire Philodendron has one of the best names in the plant world, and the leaves live up to it. Its foliage is long, narrow, and heavily serrated, with jagged edges that make every leaf look wild and unusual. The variegation can include cream, yellow, lime green, orange, and dark green, often all on the same plant. No two leaves look exactly alike. As the plant matures, the serrated leaf shape becomes more dramatic, and the variegation can become even more interesting. Ring of Fire is a slower-growing philodendron, but that slow pace is part of its value. Each new leaf feels earned. It prefers bright indirect light, warm temperatures, and a chunky, well-draining soil mix. It also enjoys humidity, but good airflow is important to prevent fungal problems. This plant does not always need to climb aggressively, but a support pole can still help it grow stronger and produce larger leaves. The Ring of Fire is a favorite because it gives collectors both rarity and personality. It is not a quiet plant. It has sharp edges, unpredictable color, and a look that instantly makes a collection feel more exotic. For anyone building a rare indoor jungle, this is one plant that deserves a place on the list.